All right, guys, I'm going to continue from the same point. I was just telling you that lithium has an atomic number of 3, so it will have 2 comma 1. It means there will be 1 electron in its outermost shell. And in case of potassium, there are total 19 electrons, so it is 2 8 8 1. So 1 electron will be in the outermost shell. I was just drawing the electronic shells of potassium. Let's draw. It is 2 8 8 and 1. So how many electronic shells will be there? There will be 4 electronic shells. So this is how it is. All right, now we can see this thing, that let's draw the electrons. Okay, so this is the lithium in the center, and we can see this thing that there are 2 electrons in the first shell and 1 electron will be there in the outermost shell. Similarly, when we are going to draw it for potassium, basically, in case of potassium, there will be 2 electrons in the first shell. We can say this thing that there will be 8 electrons in case of the second shell. I'm going to draw the electrons with the red color. You can see this thing. And in the third shell, there will be 8 electrons again. So we are going to draw in the same way the 8 electrons. Okay. And you can see this thing that there will be only 1 electron in the outermost shell of potassium. Okay. So we can say this thing that in case of potassium, as the distance is greater from the nucleus, so it is obviously easier for the potassium to lose an electron, because it is difficult for the potassium nucleus to control that electron. In case of lithium, the electrons are under greater control of nucleus. So in the same way, when we are moving downward and moving towards francium, we can say this thing that as the distance is getting higher and higher, so francium has, like, let's find out the number of electrons of francium. They are 87 in number. So we can say this thing that it is difficult for francium to control 87 electrons. That's why the nucleus of francium cannot control those 87 electrons. Hence, the outermost shell electrons of francium are replaceable, are removable, can be lost by the nucleus. All right. So this is the basic concept related to the reactivity of metals. That's why we can say this thing that reactivity in group number 1 is increasing down the group. Lithium is the least reactive, francium is the most reactive.